Hello. So today I was going to show you the process of this painting. I've had this idea for a bit, but I always thought it would kind of be cool to try and paint something either from a song or a music video. So this is what that is from. I got this idea like over a year ago, but I knew I wouldn't be able to execute it, so I never tried. But now that I have oil paint and I need to practice, I figured might as well go for it. So one night I was kind of just thinking about this idea again. I decided might as well just try and sketch it out, and this was a really quick sketch, so don't judge it too much, but yeah, so I did this one night and I kind of tried to combine a lot of different ideas I had for it, and I didn't think much changed from there, but I was pretty excited to try and attempt this. Yeah, so after I sketched it out, I figured that would be the project for this month, and I did actually have another idea that I wanted to do, so I might still do that in the future, but it was a portrait, and I decided that I wanted to study more before I attempted that. So maybe we'll do that later, but yeah. This is a painting based off a song Indigo Night that I listened to a while ago, like a year or so. I just kind of always liked this scene from the music video. I thought the director did a really good job, but yeah, so this is kind of what came to my mind. It's not exactly, like, the painting didn't turn out exactly what I have in my head, but that's kind of normal. And I kind of just need to keep experimenting to build the skill anyway, so try not to let things hold me back now. But yeah. So with the background, I kind of just decided I wanted to experiment. So I had kind of looked at like sun rays, you know, I always love it when there's clouds and then you can see the sun behind it and then there's just those sun rays, so I wanted to try and paint that. I don't know how well it translates, but I do think it was a good thing to try. I'm not really that experienced with backgrounds, so the best way to get better at something is just to keep trying and experimenting. I think I'm happy that I did that. I think the clouds turned out pretty cool, honestly. That's the first thing I painted. Since I wanted the subject of the painting to stand out more, I mixed the background colors with a little bit of burnt umber with the blue I was using, so it would be a little desaturated. So when I used just the pure blue on the subject, it would stand out more. I think that was a good idea, to separate the foreground from the background, or the subject from the background, and I am glad I did that, but I don't think the execution of the background was as good as it could have been, because I did kind of spend a couple days on that, and in between the layers dried a little too much, so I couldn't go back and work it as much as I probably should have. Eventually I might go back. I have an idea of what I can do that would help make the painting more cohesive, but I'll have to wait for it to dry before I can do that. But the main reason that I kind of wanted to do this painting in the first place is because I really wanted to paint a horse in oil paint. I had done it in like watercolor or gouache earlier last year, like last summer. So I was like, I have never painted a horse in oil paint, and I think it would be a lot of fun. I think I'm more experienced with animals than I am with humans, so I was definitely excited to paint the horse, and I am really happy with how that came out. I wanted it to be like what people looked at the most, so I tried to emphasize that and the movement on it as much as I could. If you look at like the saddle of the horse, you can see these like tassels. I use those to emphasize the movement of the horse. I'm still messing around with a lot of composition stuff. I'm experimenting because I'm still learning. Overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. I didn't spend that long on it actually, because there's other stuff I was doing throughout this month, so this wasn't the main focus. What did it say? I spent like maybe less than a week on it, and that's just working like at night, really. I think one of the most important things when it comes to painting for me is that I don't lose motivation during it. So I try not to force myself to paint if I don't feel like it, because I think it will end up making parts worse or not turning out the way I wanted. Because I know if I paint when I'm like upset or not wanting to paint, that it's not going to turn out the way I want. So I actually kind of happened, I wanted to paint the dude kind of just to get it over with, so the first attempt of that was not good. I was not happy with how it turned out. So after I finished the horse, I went back and repainted the guy on the horse. I'm glad I did that because I think it looks better. So something I think that I will end up changing later is I want to experiment with glazing. So I have to wait for this painting to dry and then do more research on how to do glazing, but I think that would be a lot of fun to figure out how to do that. And I'm not completely sure how I do it yet because I still need to do more research on it, but I think that will help it kind of come together, and it will be cool because it is monochrome, and I believe you're supposed to do glazing on like black and white or monochrome paintings, so that will be fun to experiment with. The other thing that I want to do in the future is get texture brushes. I don't have that many paint brushes, so when it came to painting the sand, I kind of just had to use what I have, and I do think it'd be nice to get some texture brushes for things like that. But yeah, I think my focus on the next oil paintings I'm going to do is portraits, because I do really want to get better at those with oil painting. I can kind of do them already with pencils, which I think honestly colored pencils is probably my best medium right now. And the way I got better with colored pencils is experimenting and just practice, so that's what I'm trying to do with oil painting, as well as just like watching other artists and how they do their work. I don't know if I want to do paintings from movies or songs yet. I do have a few ideas for both of those. There's a lot of options, so we'll see. So this painting wasn't the only thing I was focusing on this month actually, which I didn't know if I wanted to bring this up, but I was trying to put together a shop because I had a few people ask me if they could buy prints of some of my work. I haven't showed this in a video, but I do have prints now of some of the pencil projects I've been working on, so I was going to show this here. Yeah, so I did open a store for the people who asked to buy prints of some of my pencil work, and I had this series that started with my sister, a suggestion from my sister. I don't know how long ago, but she suggested one day when I was sketching a cow, a fluffy cow, she's like, oh, you should do a strawberry cow. So that's what I did, and it kind of started this series of animal and dessert type things, or animal and food. But yeah, it's been really fun, so I'm still doing ideas for this, I think, but I'll just show you the ones that I have ready in the shop. If you want to look at those at all, I'll put a link in the description and you can check those out, but here are some. This is the first one I did, the strawberry cow, and we have the chocolate mousse and the chocolate mint tiger, which I think honestly this one might be my favorite one. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. And this is one people seem to enjoy. It's a blackberry pie and red peach panda, which was cute to sketch out, and a chocolate cow, because you can't have a strawberry cow without a chocolate cow, and I just wanted to draw a cow again, so and then this is the last one, which is a puffin pastry. This is one kind of my aunt suggested. These were really fun to work on, and I'll be doing more, but if any of those interest you, they're in the shop. And yeah, and I'll also put the link to the music video in the description if you want to check out the song. I'll leave that link in the description as well. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see the next projects. Again, I might do one from a song or even a movie. I think that could be a lot of fun. I have a couple ideas for both, so we will see. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.